What in the world happened to used car prices? They don't make any sense at all. We go to CarMax, we go to used car dealerships, and it's like, whoa, look at these prices. They are completely insane. Combined with high interest rates and negative equity, it's becoming a big deal right now. It's tax time, and dealerships aren't even feeling it because people are finally saying no. Their used car department is normally a department that definitely benefits the most from tax time. And guess what? There's no more affordable cars, and banks are starting to say no. They're starting to increase their loan loss provision, and banks increase their loan loss provision when their repos are up and when people are not making their payments, so they have no other option but to ask for more money down, and people don't like putting that money down, and so they have to get more proof of income, proof of residence. They need more evidence, they need more stuff from the customer, and it makes the deal harder to get approved. So everything's getting harder on the customer side, on the dealership side, and there's even some stupid dealerships that even add addendum stickers onto used cars. Yeah, you heard me right. Onto used cars. And in my local area, I just learned there's a dealership with a dock fee of $789. We've seen them higher before at other dealerships, but still, over $700 for a dock fee. So you got that on top of the car as well. So it's just a complete mess. And even if you negotiate, we're so far apart in most situations. A Ford Fiesta selling for over 10 grand. It's like, what in the world is going on? And then you look at CarMax and they offer interest rates up to 22.95%. So obviously everybody can get approved, and that's why they're running there. It's crazy. And even their best interest rate was 8.95%, which is pretty crazy. And my local credit union is 6.24% on a used car for 48 months. That's the best they can do. That's insane. And most people are financing their used car for 84 months. So think about that. They're financing their 2013 Ford Fiesta for 72 months. And that's the reality of the situation. It's pretty dang crazy. And they also buy warranties, and sometimes they really need them. And I'm not a huge warranty fan, especially at dealerships, because normally they try to get out of covering anything, and you overpay for the warranty big time, especially at some of these dealerships with finance boxes. They try to upcharge the warranty so much, and the gap insurance and all this stuff that you're going to need because you're not putting a proper down payment and all this stuff, and you're buying a used car that's probably going to have reliability issues, and so you overpay for that. You got your interest. These cars probably almost double at the end of the day. Once they get through the finance department, once they pay all their interest charges and their loans out, they probably pay double in price. It's crazy. And even on Facebook, you go to Facebook Marketplace, you look at a 2005 Chevy 2500 diesel, it's going to be crazy priced. It doesn't make sense. So Facebook doesn't make sense. Used car market doesn't make sense at dealerships, of course. They're always upcharging on them. And then the new car market, we already know the new car market is completely insane. It makes no sense at all, and that's why used cars went up. They kind of follow hands. So as soon as 2020, 21, 22 started, the new cars increased, and there you saw used cars skyrocket. And there was a point in time where, if you remember, used cars were selling over MSRP. A lot of them were, just because you had them in stock. Just the fact that the dealership had them available, and people were the fear of missing out. You know, it's like if you don't have it available, you miss it more. It seems like people want it more when it's not available. And so all this stuff going on that just increased price. But at the end of the day, if you're in the market, you need to know there's a lot of inventory. Dealerships, they could be full if they want to be. Every single auto auction is full. So if they don't have used cars full to the brim, that's because they don't want to be, and they're waiting to buy around, and they're waiting to buy at the right time. But auctions are full. There's plenty of used cars on the market. Their new side's going to be filled to the brim. Their used side, it's up to them. And it's completely insane. If they want to pay these prices, these auctions don't make sense, it seems like to me. I was seeing some online auctions. I was like, wow, these dealer auctions, what they're paying, but they have no option. They have to keep paying it because they have to keep the cars coming in, keep it moving, and it just doesn't make much sense that used cars are selling this much. And keep in mind that dealerships, used cars used to be the main profit driver, especially on front-end gross, until 2021 when that all swapped. They would call it a mini on new cars. Most of the time, they don't make enough profit, so the salesman gets a mini. On used cars, it could be 2 grand, 3 grand, 4 grand. You can make a lot of money on used cars, but then they're just marking it up even more, trying to get a fool to walk in and sign the paper, and unfortunately, there's so many of them. So just be careful and think before you sign. That's all I can recommend if it was me. Don't make a stupid decision. Be careful. Get an inspection, too. These dealerships, they're picking picking up these cars from auction a lot of times. A lot of them have been in wrecks. They have issues. They've been through this. They've been through that. You need to go ahead and get a used car inspection. If they don't let you, then that kind of gives you a red flag right there. Don't make a bad decision about it because there's a lot of bad cars out there, especially the ones that have been repoed. That's the other deal. All these repos are up, so guess what? They're getting cycled right back through the auction, and they're coming right back to the dealership because the dealership's buying it at auction, and then they're getting back on the lot, and they clean it up a little bit and put it back out there. But repos are normally the least taken care of vehicles, and even these new cars that are coming out the last 5 years, 10,000-mile oil change. So we'll see how that lasts. More customers than ever right now are doing 10,000-mile oil changes. And overall, if you talk to any mechanic, they would disagree with that. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that turns out, but let me know what you think about the used car market. Are you buying any of this stuff? Most of it's overpriced junk. Sometimes you can find a gem. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.